Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Yes, it's not our regular time. And no, this is not one of my co hosts, but he is going to help us out with some information today. We are talking CBD, and this is 101, and this is our number one episode, our very first episode. Let me put it like that. I'm trying to number them to where if people have questions, I can go back and refer to, oh, that's on number one. And we are wanting to not try to really sell y'all products, but what we want to do is to educate you. We know that there's issues with big pharma nowadays, and I'm going to leave that there because we are on YouTube and trying to stay on YouTube. So we're going to be really kind with our words in this. And if you see us not saying things I normally say on just our Rumble channel, it's because we're trying to leave this up on YouTube to where more people can find this information and educate themselves. Because anytime we can use something that's medicinal or herbal that is healthy and not so much just leaning towards man-made things, we're trying to do that nowadays. So y'all welcome Evan. He works with the CBD gurus, and y'all have heard me talk about him. You've heard me brag about him. I've got the website pulled up to where Evan, in a little bit, if you want us to kind of step through that and show people how to walk through that or introduce them to how you take orders and things like that. But first off, tell them a little bit of background, and then give us a couple of 2 or 3 tips on CBD.
Okay. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Trina. I really appreciate it. First of all, I'm Evan Bosma. I'm in Minneapolis area also. And, I work with the CBD gurus. I run the wholesale department. So what I do mainly is getting product in stores. We work with grocery stores. And then also I take calls online for Trina's customers and other customer people that they listen to, and they're calling in asking questions on how to do things. But my background is I own a sports nutrition store called NutriShop for 10 years in Maple Grove, Minnesota, and had a lot of success with that. Wanted to evolve into something different, but I did carry the CBD Guru line in my store for the last 4.5 years. And it did involve our business, even though we were really sports specific, worked with a lot of hockey athletes, football athletes, and weight loss. We were a little bit of everything since we were a franchise. But the NutriShop helped me get other customer base in there with the CBD. So I had a lot of success with the people coming in the doors with the CBD. A lot of repeat business, a lot of great success stories. People coming back, hey, this helped me. This really improved this, improved that. So I ran that and then didn't plan on selling it. And I had an offer I couldn't refuse. So it was hard to go away from. I was working with Matt and Lucas and the guys at CBD Gurus at the time. Wasn't sure what I would do after that, but it made sense financially and my family wise to move on because retail can be tough, brick and mortar, especially the last couple of years have been tough. A lot of things going on. So I ran that, and then I rolled into doing the wholesale gig with the guys at the CBD Gurus, which I was familiar with the product, which I know it works. We've had a lot of great success, like I mentioned. So that's kind of a brief background. I did work at another store before that just to kind of figure out how these work. And then now my focus is taking in calls for Trina's customers or just people that randomly find the number off of Google. Asking questions, but back to what you said, like some tips, right? Is what you were thinking.
Yeah.
My main thing is, and anything in life, a lot of people know this, but it's all about being consistent with taking it. And even when I had my store, I was telling Trina yesterday, my main thing is I always emailed the customer when they came in. That's a different setting because you get 30 to 40 people a day. But I would always tell them, it's if you're buying Super Immunity or you're buying a Miracle Gold or whatever, it's a cumulative effect. Some people will feel things really quick. Some people, it takes a little bit, more time down the road to feel it, but you got to do it every day. You got to make it a part of your routine. It's like a diet or a workout. I guess diet's different, but it just overall lifestyle change. But to see the change, if you have a lot of inflammation throughout your body, everything we have is rooted off inflammation. And, the main thing is I stress the customer, you're going to take it, make sure you take it right and be consistent with taking it. And we had a lot of luck with that because then people would tell their friends, cousins, neighbors, And then that's when word spreads. That's your best referrals always, in my opinion, is getting people that, like-minded people that they trust, a family or friend recommending a product is probably better than some other ad you can do. Not saying ads aren't good, but it definitely can make a huge difference. So my main thing I always told the people, if it whatever it was, protein or if it was CBD or whatever, make sure you're consistent with taking it. And the other thing is you really want to know when you're doing it, make sure you get the right products. That's why I'll give you my number later. You can call in when you order and say, hey, I have this pain or I have sciatica. We also have pet oil. My dog is going through this or that. Getting the right area, the right products for you, or the products that some people don't want that might make them feel different. Some people it works for them, some people it doesn't. But the main thing is catering to find that right plan for that customer because everybody's different. Now we do have things that I feel work for everybody, and then we have things that probably work better for certain people than other people. So that's another. I feel huge thing that I really like to stress to CBD people and any customer for that matter. And then also make sure you know what you're putting in your body. Obviously that's common sense, but there's so much stuff out there nowadays. I can speak, I've done other research and did do a brief stint at another CBD company. There's a lot of different ones out there, and I'm not saying bad things about other ones, but the guys at Lucas and Matt and all those guys, their purity is very good. I did a lot of research before I even knew those guys when they came to me to make sure I was getting my customers on the right products. But doing the research on the product, which obviously when you get people like Trina endorsing it and other people, that can make a huge difference, I feel. And then when you got family and friends endorsing it, they're not going to recommend something to a family or friend that they don't like. But my main thing, I really knew this worked. Obviously, personal, like the sleep gummies, I really like. So does my wife. But the repeat business was huge, and then the success stories on people maybe getting off of something they want to get off of medication wise. Not that I'm advising that, but something that like, hey, what do you recommend for this? Or for my son, he can't focus at school or tests. He has anxiety. Main thing is get him to be consistent. And then seeing the success stories, and then the parents, there might be some costs involved, but in the long term, they probably end up saving some money. So that's, my main thing is a cumulative effect. Know what you're getting into, understand how to take it. I get calls, people like, I took 3 of these, and start lower on things and work your way up. There's certain things you can go higher on, but you can always call me or email me too. I'm getting emails all the time, so it's never an issue to email me. I'm used to doing that with having a retail store and emailing every customer. But that'd be the main 3 things. There's a lot of things, but the cumulative effect, know what product you're taking. Just CBD Guru is just great all around. It's not something I started doing 6 months ago. I've seen a lot of different stuff in 5 years, and people think sometimes CBD is different than what it really is. And we can always call me if you ever have questions on, can I take this or that or this? You can always call me and I'll answer the questions because Trina's busy with her things, and I answer the phone all day. If I don't answer, I always get back to somebody within an hour or so. But
awesome.
It'd be the main 3 things that I feel that are very, very important and key. It's a cumulative effect. You just can't. Some people will take things one day, which might help them, but I think long-term wise, if you take it, more consistently, you'll see better results.
Yeah,
That's everything.
I think I found with certain parts of the product, you see an immediate, effect. Like if you're doing like a Delta 9 for sleep, you immediately, well, not immediately. I do that about 45 minutes to an hour and a half before I go to bed if I want to go to sleep right away. And that is just an amazing amount of sleep, especially if you have inflammation in your body. It's good sleep once you go to sleep.
And sleep's probably, like you mentioned, that's one thing I always tell people. One of the most common things for weight loss, they don't sleep good, everything's thrown off. The next day you get thrown off, you eat more, your stress cortisol levels are higher. So when anybody ever calls in, or if anybody came in, like you just said, the sleep, I feel our sleep stuff's awesome. No matter broad spectrum gummies and no or the Delta 9 and Delta 8. They're all different options, but it's definitely a huge better factor on how you feel and how your inflammation is.
Yes. And Mom Computer, that is awesome that you're giving that testimony for everybody to see, because I know I have a lot of feedback from people that have taken, there's a lot of people with their medical marijuana cards here in Arkansas, and they can go to dispensaries to where all the products, kind of farm to table, if you want to say that phrase, here in Arkansas. But I have had more feedback that they've gotten better product that has helped them through the CBD gurus than they have going to a store with a huge variety to pick from. So I love that you put that out there. And that was one reason I was so excited that Evan could come on with us and educate us somewhat, because his background is in taking care of the body and health and nutrition. And he had the choice of probably any CBD company he wanted to work with. And yet to hear him say that he chose not only to use it in his store and with his customers, but he's went on to build a relationship that now he works with the company because he believes in their product. Yep. So thank you, Evan, for giving us this, insight to yourself on all this.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to focus on a couple of products, either one or two, each one of these 101s that we're going to do. Mm-hmm. And today we just picked one product, and I was really excited because Evan, as well as myself, there's actually two products because they're the same thing, but one's a liquid and it's a different dosage, and one's a capsule.
Yep.
So I'm going to let him bust down what this Super Immunity does and why you would choose the liquid or the capsules. And then I can tell you how I do mine. So take it away, Evan.
So the Immunity is a 3000 Immunity. That has CBDA in it and CBGA in it and CBD. So it's 20 milligrams of CBGA, 20 milligrams of CBDA, and 60 milligrams of CBD. No THC at all. But, the main thing is CBD helps with a lot of different things. CBDA helps with inflammation, anxiety, seizures, potentially can help with that stuff. The main thing is, too, like it also has a CBGA that helps with has been known to help with anti-inflammatory, with stress within the in the body, and help increase your appetite, which is not a bad thing. I know some people get scared when they hear that, but it just overall helps lower all your inflammation throughout your body if done right. So like the capsules are good, and the oil are also good, but the oil I always prefer because you absorb it a little bit better. But you're getting those three cannabinoids. It's not how much you're getting on each too. You're getting 20, 20, 20, 60, 20, 20, 60. A lot of times you'll see labels where they'll just say a proprietary blend, and then the top product is probably getting 80% of it, which is not saying that's bad, but you're getting 20 milligrams of the CBGA, you're getting 20 milligrams of the CBDA, and you're getting 60 milligrams of CBD. I personally take the Super Immunity every day in the morning. I like the oil with the Miracle Gold oil, that combination. You're not going to feel weird or funky. With living in the Midwest, it's cold, as we all know. Might be able to see over the back of me. We get a lot of snow here where I live. So, I also have a younger kid going in and out of daycare, so they can get sick and things like that. That is good. You also have the 1,200 milligrams, the capsules, which is, obviously 2.5 times less potent is what you're going to get with the oil, but it's really good if people are traveling. Some people, it is cheaper too. We're out of it right now on the website. We have the Super Immunity is in for those people that want to purchase it. But that is also whatever I tell people too. It's what you can be consistent with taking. Like I do it every morning when I brush my teeth. Those two, the Miracle Gold and the Super Immunity, half drop or a full drop.
So do you do the dropper full before you brush your teeth, since it leaves that wonderful taste in your mouth?
Yeah, exactly. That's, there might be a reason I do it that way, right? I tell people there's a lot of things that don't taste the best. You can get it down. And it's right there, so I don't forget it. Some people, I mean, if they feel like, if you're traveling, I feel like I retain more water when I travel. We're out of a routine, I'll up it. I'll do it, more than once, twice a day. And the capsules, like I said, are very good too. They're people, it's a little bit more cheaper for people to affordable, I should say. You're just getting the oils, you're not going, doesn't have to break down in your stomach. So it's going to break down faster. The capsules will still work, but the super immunity is hence the word super. It's like the amplified version of it. So I definitely know it's a very good product. I always tell people, if you can afford it, combine it with the Miracle Gold oil. We'll have a conversation on that, or if you ever call me, I can explain the Miracle Gold oil, and I'm sure Trina's touched on that in the past. But the nice thing is like I say, you know what you're getting for ingredients. Your purity is there. The only real difference is one's an oil, and then you're just getting for this, you're just getting way more potency. This didn't come out too long ago. Personal speaking, I do a lot of orders every day for the Super Immunity, but I get a lot of questions on the capsules. We've been shortage on those right now, but whatever the person is, some people are used to taking their vitamins in the morning, and they're all capsules or pills, vitamin D or whatever. If someone can be more consistent with taking it that way, do that. You're still going to get the benefit, and it just strengthens your immune system. And if your immune system is working better, less likely things to happen that you don't want to happen. Colds and many other things. Your workout can be better, mental acuity, which the Miracle Gold can help with, especially in these cold months, in these transition months when it goes from 2 degrees and then boom, it's 40. We can't wait till 40 hits, but I think that also can be kind of a shock to the system. This kind of makes a little bit more of a smoother seamless transaction, I should say.
Absolutely. Not to interrupt you, Evan, but I want to throw in the way I do mine is haphazard, y'all. I mean, it's at the vitamin cabinet, and I really prefer to put mine. Of course, I put mine under my tongue and try to hold it for about 30 seconds. But I have already done everything in my bedroom and bathroom and come in there, and before I get a cup of coffee, I will do mine. And that first sip of coffee, the warmth, it just kind of it dissolves the flavor to where I don't deal with that heavy flavor, which it's put in an oil. And so it's going to have a little bit of an oily residue. And if you do really cold water, sometimes, if you put olive oil in your fridge or butter in the fridge, you've got the consistency that it kind of will make it just have a different consistency.
Yeah, thicker.
Yeah, and warm coffee just kind of dissolves that. So
yeah,
it's just my thought process, or at least swallow it, because your body is, 98.7 degrees.
Yep.
And that will kind of take that away to where it is, especially with the Miracle Gold, don't drink cold water or something cold right as soon as you swallow it for a minute.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. And I know some people, they say on other shows, and you've said in your shows, is some people, if you feel something coming on, you can amplify it. Yes. I still am a firm believer doing it every day. A daily vitamin is the reason they say daily, it's daily. Do it every day. That's how you get your full benefit. I feel doing it with a vitamin every day is crucial. I do that in the morning too, just to help with all your, obviously that also helps with the immune system, and we need our vitamin D and everything else in there, vitamin C, vitamin E, all the above. But I think that it only amplifies it, and it should also help your natural energy too. I mean, we all want our coffee and caffeine, but everything works a little bit better if your immune system is healthier. And then like you mentioned earlier, sleeping better will make that next day better too. So it's a 24-hour process, and that's another thing I talked about in my store. That's why I always mention the sleep part, because there's so many people that would be, work out every day or eat healthy and do their routine with vitamins and CBD or whatever, but they didn't sleep good, and then they're fighting a battle the next day.
Yeah.
Even on making the right choices, because we all have nights where we don't sleep well, and that next day could be uphill both ways.
And I've had several people ask about dosage, and one dropper is good per day. A couple of the capsules would be good per day if nothing's going on. But honestly, I'm just going to tell you what happens with me if I feel a sinus infection coming on, or if we have a stomach bug coming on, anything like that, you're talking, I'm doing at least 3 to 5 of these every probably 4 hours.
Yep.
That's just my
it's not going
rule.
to hurt you. That's why people are like, can I do more? I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to get you to use it faster. Main thing is you're using it, so you see the benefit, and then you see what you put your hard-earned money towards. But it definitely that you're fine to do that. Some people I know, if they're a guy, they weigh more. Or some people have different routines. Everybody's built different. I might do 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon if you want.
And this says 1 to 3 servings. If you feel something coming on, I'm telling you, every 3 to 4 hours, I'm taking a dropper. I just, whichever's handy. I truly carry these in my purse and for traveling because
that's why you're right. Whatever's handy, because you don't want to get this like all over your credit cards and debit cards, like we had talked. So if it's and then if you have a kid or something like that, will pull it out and it's like, oh, and it's everywhere. So the capsules are definitely just as good. It's just that I have a lot of people buy both. I know it gets expensive that way, but you have the versatility. Travel. A lot of people travel for work. People are going on spring break now. Bring that stuff with. It makes a huge difference because I feel like I retain water when I come back, but I definitely, or when I'm there. So it definitely makes a difference. So be consistent.
And I'm sharing the website with everybody so they can see it. And the phone number is at the top. Right around there. I don't know if y'all can see my cursor.
Yep. Moving. That's not my number though.
Okay.
Yep. My number.
If Evan's brave, he can give you his number. I'm not doing that for him.
No, I'll do it. Yeah. I mean, it's 612, and it's on the page, other places too, on the front page. 612-816-3172. And Nick, so you can always text me with questions too. And I'll give you my email address too. If you have questions on just products, or you can call me and do an order. I think that's probably what Trina would advise. You can do it on the internet, but you can always call me to do the order for Trina. And then we'll go under her page and you'll get her benefits. But my email is Evan, EVAN, at thecbdgurus.com. So S at the end of the gurus. But you can always email me. Other people, that email's out there. I get questions all the time on, hey, how do I take this? How do I take that? Or what would you recommend here? So never hesitate if I don't answer, just because I'm busy with other calls.
And we appreciate you for putting it out there. And y'all, on the bottom of the screen is the website that's scrolling across the bottom of this video. You go to the wholesale area, and it gives you a drop down. And if you click on me and then it wants your password, you can put that in, and it's my name backwards. It's just the easiest way we did that, just to keep that with some of the other marketers in there. Just type it in. It's ANIRT. Yep. And at the end of the order, if you order online, you have to select a wholesaler for them to keep up with who of us is really promoting and working with the company. That's the deal. And I know a lot of you in our group kind of crosses over with Mark Z's audience, which I don't mind. And I'm not trying to take orders from Mark Z whatsoever. But if you did hear about it, we'd love for them to understand that we were bringing, audience to them, or customers to them from our audience, because Mark Z has plenty. I'm just going to tell you, he's got plenty, y'all.
Yeah, great guy, but you're right. And that's why calling me is fine to, it shows it on if you call that other number, that number that you gave the first one, they're going to have my number on there to take orders anyway. So it'll be on the voicemail because they're so busy. And be patient. Some days we do have a lot of orders. It's not that we're ignoring you, but if you want, just, make sure you mention, hey, I heard you on the show. I want to do an order under Trina. Awesome. Just make sure you mention that, and then I'll just do it and make sure it's done right. It's always a lot smoother done that way, and then I can note, and then things get shipped out, and everything should be more of hopefully a seamless process from start to finish.
Awesome. Thank you, Evan. We appreciate your educating us. There was one question though, and I don't know the answer to it. Is the THC accumulative somehow?
I mean, in your body, on how you feel over time, you mean?
They've been taking it every night for years now, and sometimes I still feel it when I don't take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different for everybody on that.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes if you do it like, and that's one, like I do the broad spectrum gummies. I don't like the THC gummies, the ones without the THC. But I know if you do it, take a THC the next day, sometimes people can have I'm not saying lingering effects, but you can feel it the next day. So yeah, that definitely could be the case. It depends, because it's like we talked the other day. Everybody's cup of coffee is the size is different. How they react to caffeine is different.
Yeah.
So that's why it's different when it comes to the Delta 8s and 9s, on what maybe works best for you, that person. I always tell people start lower and then work your way up. Some people do a half gummy before bed, and some people do it 2. It depends on what they're used to. I don't need to know what you're used to. Just tell me, hey, I can handle more or less. Some people usually are pretty accurate on that. But yeah, it is somewhat of a cumulative, but I mean, you should still have the same effectiveness, if that makes sense.
Yes, I get that completely. Well, we thank you for your time, Evan. And just to go back to the wholesale site, if you go in and you log in on the wholesale, even if something's not in the wholesale area, you can order from the regular. It just won't be on deal, but it will still count towards your total number of volume for you getting like the Bolivar or the Denard, whatever he's running on the special. It all counts towards the special, even if it's not in the wholesale order. But y'all been running some pretty great deals lately, so we appreciate that. And we're excited about what the company has going. I love some of the new products, the Lion's Mane, and some of the things they're starting to come out with. Y'all are going to be broadening the category and trying to work it in with some other health supplements that will be coming on board soon. And we'll be too excited about getting some of those to where possibly some of the vitamin regimen can be worked in with our healthcare regimen of the CBD.
Yep, that's definitely going to be happening here, and I can come on the show whenever you want. You just let me know, and
awesome.
We'll definitely we bringing that up hopefully the next couple weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah, don't hesitate to call me or text me. Like I said, I'll do the order and help you. Especially new customers really need that help. I mean, just like walking into a store or whatever, you want to make sure you grab the right things, and that's what we want to make sure you get the right stuff too, and everything gets done right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Evan.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody will be back next week with number 2 of the CBD 101, and we'll see you all really soon. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.